Hello, it's been a while since I posted an update to this vlog, and yes, this is me doing so at exactly 7 weeks out from my first bikini comp in my pajamas. Energy levels are pretty low at the moment. My calories are quite low, and I do have cardio to do every day now. So I'm looking at 1100 calories at 7 weeks out with 130 grams of protein per day as a target. And with that, I find I've pretty much had to buy protein everything. So I've got my usual whey protein isolate powder in several different flavors. I've got protein mousse, protein jelly, protein chips, protein cookies, bars, you name it. I've got it in order to keep that protein target up every single day, because it is definitely becoming a bit of a challenge. So more exciting news is that actually a couple of weeks ago now, I received my bikini much earlier than expected. So it's from GlamFit Bikinis, and they're the company that I bought my posing bikini from. Gosh, that was like 6 months ago now. And I suppose ordering a color and style from there helped me decide what style would suit me best, and what size to buy in my final bikini, because the real reason I ended up going with them was because they sell bikinis in standard sizes. Now, every other website I looked at wanted me to take my measurements, which I feel is easier said than done. You really need to have someone else help you do that, and I just felt like it was going to be a bit too much of a hassle, a bit risky. Whereas ordering a standard size, I have some idea of where I'm going to end up at my approximate stage weight. So I ordered a bikini in size 8 with a cup size of double D. Now, let me show you. Here she is. Oh, and I'll insert a pic of my facial expression when I first opened the package when it arrived. Pretty good. I was pretty nervous about what I ordered, only in that I ordered from one of their standard design templates, but I designed my own custom colors in terms of the fabric and crystal combination. So I feel like that's potentially a little bit risky. Might turn out not looking quite the way you'd hoped, but I'm stoked with how this looks. So here we go. So here's the bottoms, very shiny and sparkly. Yeah, it's like a coral pink. It's metallic. I don't know if you can actually tell there. I think you can. And I'll show you the top as well. Ended up ordering the connectors in, and I'll insert the style details here, so if you want to replicate my bikini you can. Feel free, I won't be offended. So here's the top. Kind of hard to see how it will look on, but I did actually try this on as soon as it arrived. Now again, this arrived early, about 2 weeks ago now, and being at that stage, 9 weeks out from my comp, I was kind of worried that it might be demotivating if the comp bikini didn't fit or it just didn't look flattering. But yeah, I just felt super confident as soon as I put it on. I'm glad that I ordered a bit more of an unusual color, because initially all the designs I was looking at were, they were pink, or they were blue, or they were purple, and I feel like those are the colors that everybody goes for. Just from watching the comps on social media. So I'm really glad that I started to do something a little bit risky, a little bit different. And so yeah, I ended up ordering these this plain style of single connectors there, because it seems to be, I guess, the fashion at the moment among the pros. Not that I feel like I'm going to get my pro card at my first comp. Hey, you never know, it depends who else turns up on the day, etc., etc. However, the reason for that is apparently that the chunkier the connectors, the bigger it makes you look. I don't know if that's actually true or not. Don't have much of a basis for comparison, but having said that, what I have ordered I feel is very flattering on me. It was like a little bit too tight, a little bit, digging into me in certain places, but I feel like that's a good indication that as I lean down another couple of kilos at least, it's actually going to fit really well by the time my comp rolls around. So I'm super excited to see how that looks in 7 weeks time, basically. But happy with how it looks now, surprisingly. So that's probably the most exciting news I have. And I did, you know, jump straight in and order these earrings, which pretty well like spot on match that color that I've ordered my bikini in. And so these are from, you can see there, Accessorized. So there are online stores and I suppose physical stores, but none around me, that specialize in like competition jewelry. But I noticed it all kind of looked the same. It was all the clear or white diamantes or whatever you want to call them. And I felt like there was nothing too special there. And it was pretty expensive, that jewelry. So these earrings at full price are $40 and I got them for $20. So really, really happy with that. And they look amazing next to the bikini. Take my word for it for now. So now all I need to find in terms of my outfit is a bracelet. So I've noticed that most girls seem to wear two sparkly bracelets, but I kind of just want one. I don't want to go too over the top with bling. So I feel like I might just go into the city in person in a few weeks time and take the earrings with me and just see if I can find something that matches, because unfortunately on that website there wasn't anything that matched the earrings. So a bit tough, but you know, we will persevere. So yeah, as I said at the beginning of the video, I feel like my energy levels are already quite low. My calories, as I mentioned, 1100 calories is pretty damn low. Especially at, you know, 7 weeks out from a comp, and I've been on 1100 calories for 2 weeks already. The reason for that is that my coach estimates that I still have another 4, 5, 6 kilos to lose to achieve that stage lean look. I suppose only time will tell how I look at those low weights, because to be honest, I haven't weighed less than 60 kilos my entire adult life. So I can't even really picture what anything sub 60 kilos looks like on me. And to be fair, I am quite tall. I'm 173 centimeters tall, which is 5 feet 8. So that's a really lightweight. You know, anything less than 57 kilos is technically classified as underweight for me. So I'm really hoping that I don't have to get that small, but I guess it depends at the end of the day how much muscle mass I have. Now, I'm pretty confident that over the past few months when I've been with my new coach, who isn't really my new coach anymore, but this current gentleman, I have been working on my upper body a lot more than I did with the previous coach. I really felt like my lower body only was getting smashed with her training blocks and training splits. So it's kind of refreshing to do now 3 upper body sessions a week. So a lot of delts, traps, and lats as well is important to achieve the look we're going for. And then just 2 lower body days a week, focusing on the usual suspects. So glutes, hamstrings, quads, and a little bit of calves in there as well. Although I'm pretty lucky, I do have quite defined calves. I won't say naturally, but probably based on the fact that I did a lot of dance growing up. Like my legs have always been quite well defined in terms of muscularity. So yeah, feeling pretty good. Again, I've got a way to go in terms of the leanness levels, which is a little bit scary, but I guess it brings me comfort to have been attending these group classes and posing seminars over the past few months, because the very first time I rocked up for a posing group class, like I was so nervous that I would just look out of place, and everyone else there would be completely ripped. They'd look like, you know, professional athletes, and there I would be just looking, well, I suppose, ordinary, you know, or on the leaner side of ordinary, but still. So yeah, it's definitely brought me some comfort going to these classes that, first of all the girls are really friendly, they're really chatty. But yeah, there's actually quite a broad range of different shapes and sizes, and a broad range of ages as well, which is great. I also worried about being the oldest person there, but I have not been to date, refreshingly. But yeah, it's actually been a bit of a confidence boost, again, going to these classes, because you sort of go through pretty much exactly what you would do at the comp. So you're lining up, you know, you have your 2 or 3 lines of girls and you sort of rotate through, you know, from the back to the front row, and then going through quarter turns and doing your walks on and off stage. So it's actually really great. Definitely recommend doing that. Probably for as long as you can leading into a prep, because like I said, again, if at the very beginning you're worried that you're going to look out of place, it's likely that you won't, because a lot of women do show up a long way in advance of their show, because something you realize pretty quickly as that posing is super important to doing well at a comp. So it's taken me quite a while to come to that realization. Also wasn't expecting posing to be as hard as it was. My very first lesson, I felt pretty intimidated, and I expected I would just naturally be good at posing somehow. And, you know, again, probably based on the fact I did a lot of dance growing up, but I felt like it did not come naturally to me at all. It felt very uncomfortable, extremely awkward. It looked extremely awkward. Hey, it still looks pretty awkward, but I feel like at this stage, I'm going to try and organize a couple more one-on-one sessions with a posing coach before my comp. Yeah, I feel okay about getting on stage and, you know, sort of running with what I've got in terms of posing. So I'll see if I can insert a couple of clips of me posing, a few photos. So yeah, it's definitely improved a lot since my first attempts, probably only, you know, about 6 months ago now. So I'm still pretty new to all of this. But it's all very exciting, you know. I'm feeling very motivated and very keen to just, you know, press with the plan my coach has given me for the next 7 weeks. I do suspect that my calories will get even lower as you lose weight, your body requires less calories to maintain, basically. So, you know, therefore requires even less calories to continue losing weight at that sort of steady rate that we need. Now, I do feel like at this stage I can admit that I didn't come into this prep at a good stage. I actually gained between 5 and 6 kilos when I finished with my old coach and before I started with a new coach. So it's not nothing. I mean, not really too sure what happened there. I guess with the previous coach, I was on quite a restrictive meal plan. I did have a failed prep. And so, again, I'd gotten to the stage, I think I was about 6 weeks or 5 weeks out when I essentially, you know, decided I wasn't going through with that comp. So yeah, that meal plan was very restrictive. There really wasn't much that was allowed. So it's a huge relief to have this new coach whose philosophy is the if it fits your macros approach. It's just that at this stage, with only 1,100 calories to spare, and having a daily protein target of still up at 130 grams of protein, there's really not much I can fit in to those macros, sorry. So, you know what, I've actually found it a good thing, because it means that I have to pay close attention to what I'm eating and make sure it's all nutritious. Like, that's actually a good thing, because in the past when I've, you know, counted my calories alone, I've squeezed all sorts of, you know, random things in there, like a chocolate bar even, you know, not everything in my 1,200 calories. Yes, I have restricted myself to 1,200 calories before to lose weight, was nutritious. Whereas now, because my food intake is being so closely monitored, and because I have this goal in mind, it's very well controlled. And I'm actually feeling quite good despite the low energy levels, given that my diet is pretty nutritious, you know. The high protein there is a good thing, and I'm feeling pumped. So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to finally provide an update on that bikini that I ordered only a couple of weeks ago, but have had for about 2 weeks, and was super excited when it arrived, but I've just been so busy I didn't get a chance to sit down and film for my vlog. Yeah, so there you have it. I'll try to be more regular with my updates, and until next time,